right, good morning, everyone. That's Big Audio Dynamite and Rush. Me and Jimmy are looking up this guy. We're a little distracted to see if it's the same guy we hate. So far, I can't find him.
It's a real estate guy.
A real estate guy.
Name,
shit. I'll get a picture of the guy. Anyway, we were a little distracted. How is everybody?
Yeah, he's a guy that I dealt with years ago. I never when I was shopping for my place, he was my ex. Girlfriend was my broker, and like if brokers do it together, I think they have to split the commission.
Yeah,
but he had nothing to do with it. But he still tried to weasel in on the commission. He was just a jizzbag.
They all kind of do that type of shit, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
but then I'm like, should I hate them, or is it just a brutal job that you have to be? It's almost like you can't get mad at a cabbie if he cuts off another cabbie to pick up a fare.
Right?
Is that how it is in that gig?
Well, if you're the one that he's picking up, then you appreciate that cabbie.
Yeah,
it's all perspective.
Right.
You know, you yell and scream about stuff, but then if you're on the other side of that, you think it's the greatest thing ever, right?
You know, I've had cabbies do dick moves, and I've kind of went like, I would hate that if I was driving or whatever. I mean,
sure.
I don't say anything because he's my guy. All of a sudden,
I know that's
not linked in the trip.
Right. It's snowing again in New York City. Boston's getting hammered again. It's winter. What are you gonna do, man? This is what happens. I love how everyone just bitches about winter like it's happening for the first time ever. We just got to deal with this shit.
I don't mind snow. It's always a little warmer when it snows. For some reason, it's not as cold as it was yesterday.
Right.
I like the way it looks, and then I try to get a cab, and I can't, and I hate God. It's amazing how fast I turn off the snow.
Well, we're in the middle of an Arctic blast, they say.
Yeah.
The fuck.
How much are we supposed to get?
Today, I don't know, like 3 or 4 inches. That's it. We're good. We're good.
New York is so great, though, because you can always find somebody to drive you. Like, we have cabs here, and we also have these black cars, which people know. Mm-hmm. But, in most places in the country, they probably just don't have black town cars riding around.
Right.
You got to pay more for them, but, I mean, if you're running late for work, you got to do it. Right. And, this little Asian man picked me up who I've seen before, and his car smells terrible.
Outside your building?
Yeah. They wait outside the building.
Yeah.
Because there's some of these buildings are so big that they're going to get somebody.
Right.
And today there was no one. He just happened to be driving by. So I got him, and he fucking fishtailed for 30 blocks. It's terrible.
He doesn't have the proper tires for New York City.
No, of course he does. It's a rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive town cars stink. And literally, I knew we were in trouble when he turns around to do a U-turn, and he fishtails. I'm like, this is going to be an ugly drive.
This is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, because Valentine's Day, it was really shitty out. It was, about 10 degrees? It was freezing. So we walk out of our building to go get some sushi on the Upper East Side, a nice little joint. Actually, not a nice little joint. The sushi was amazing, but the atmosphere was horrendous.
It wasn't Thanksgiving-ish? Valentine's Day?
No, I was hoping for a little decor, but I should have known better, because my new thing is to look up really nice sushi joints in New York City. I'm trying to knock them off, and this one place is highly rated. And then I went on the internet, and the front door looked really nice. I'm like, how bad could it be inside? Right. That they do it right on the outside. You go in, it was no bigger than this room, and everyone's just squished together. But the sushi was amazing. But anyway, to get there, I leave my building, and they're warning you got to be on time. It's Valentine's Day, so I'm in complete panic, and I cannot find a cab. The doorman is like, down a block. He's trying to, flag someone down.
How much time did you have to get there? Because I know where you live, so how much time?
We were smart this time around, 45 minutes. But 15 minutes of that was waiting for the cab, so now I'm down to a half hour, and it's kind of slippery on the roads. We got to go all the way through the park. I'm like, man, we're gonna cut it close. And then the black cars, like you're saying, were out there, and they were all busy. They could not take us. Then all of a sudden, this shady guy comes slowly passing by. He goes, hey, you need a cab? He's not a cab, and he's not a black town car. And I just said, fuck it, and we jumped in. Why would you do that?
Was he an Uber? Because sometimes Ubers don't have black cars either.
Well, that's part of the story. So when we get in, I didn't know he was an Uber. We weren't using the Uber app, which we probably should have. We do have it. And he just slowly pulls up. He's like, you need a cab? And I'm like, fuck it, what else are we going to do? It's Valentine's Day. We got to get to the restaurant. So we jump in. Just trusting this guy, just trusting this complete stranger that's not a town car, not a cabbie. And at this point, we don't know he's an Uber guy. And then I tell him I have no cash. So now we get close to the restaurant. He pulls over at a bank. I go, I'll be right back. And I just
Leave your wife.
I just left my wife in this stranger's car to go into Dwayne Reed to find an ATM. And as I'm running, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't be this trusting.
Yeah, that's scary. That's a scary move. Leaving the girl in the car is.
And then she's joking like, I guess I'm your ransom. He'll be back. And I'm like, what an idiot.
Yeah, you always carry cash for those guys because they have no swiping ability. That's a cash deal. They always.
I just assume I would swipe the old credit card in the cab. So everything was. I mean, he was a nice guy. I mean, there's nothing really to this story. But the fact is, how we're just very trusting, especially in New York, and we'll jump in almost anyone's car, especially if we're a little desperate. And then he did tell me, he goes, "Yeah, I am an Uber driver, but I'm going for cash tonight."
Right. It's one of those things where in New York you assume because there's so many lights, it's harder for them to kidnap you. It's possible.
Right.
But in Manhattan, it's probably very difficult to kidnap somebody and drive for a long time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get stuck in traffic. You're always around people. It's not like some fucking country road.
Yeah.
But it's a very trusting move.
Unless they got one of those serial killer cars where the locks go down and you can't get the fuck out.
Yeah, the Ted Bundy.
The
That's
Ted
where you're getting in,
Bundy
there's
car.
no passenger seat.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a toolbox and fucking duct tape.
So, man, but he said, look, I am Uber, but I'm going cash, meaning I'm doing exactly what I did with you guys. I'm slowly pulling up to people and seeing if they need a ride.
Did he ask you for, they don't usually ask you for something. There's a really weird thing where they're not allowed to ask for prices. So if you're like, how much? Like, well, how much do you usually pay?
Right. No. I just said, don't hammer me, because some of these guys you know the deal, right? They'll hammer you. Like a $7 cab ride, all of a sudden they're saying $40.
Some guy got me for $30 coming home one night. I had to meet somebody.
Yeah.
And it was from the Fox building next door. And
It's literally an $8 cab ride for the people out there.
Yeah, and usually I pay $20 for that in a black car, which is okay. It's more than, but whatever. It's a nice car.
Yeah.
But he wanted $30, and I gave it to him because I was running late. But I really gave him the business about how he was just. I'm like, this is awful.
Good for you.
I took a picture of his license. I'm like, I'm gonna rip. Of course, I didn't do anything. It's like, just shut up. The guy's making a living. You fucking cheapskate. But it still was a dick move.
Nothing better than going, give me your name.
Yeah, I'd like to know and your ISIS ID card, please.
No kidding, man. This ISIS thing is getting a little out of hand, huh?
Yeah. So it's a little upsetting.
Very upsetting.
I forget what I was going to say. I forgot. Oh, Valentine's Day. I actually went out for dinner.
Oh, you know what? I should ask you that.
That's okay. I didn't. It wasn't.
I just assumed you did not.
No, that's just a smart assumption. It was a last minute thing, and I didn't have candy. It was a friend of mine, so it was a young lady I've gone out with a couple times. But
was it a friend with benefits?
Not as many benefits as I'd like, but still nice. Yeah,
a little hand job at least.
No, unless you count when she went home, what I did. Yes. Well, she was on my mind, so yes, I did.
Yeah,
but it was nice, just a nice dinner. I wanted to just hang out with a girl. I didn't have to be a fuck buddy, just a girl,
right?
That I liked.
Where'd you guys go? Anywhere fun?
It was this place called Plataforma in New York, which I've gone to before.
I've heard of it, sure.
And the food was very good, but there was all like real couples around, and we were there, and I got a little laugh. I was like, oh look, I had them put balloons on our table. But it was nice just to hang out with her. Sometimes you just want to hang out with a girl, like you just want to.
I mean, sometimes I like hanging out with girls all the time, Jimmy.
That's a good point. I mean, with me, that could be a statement that's misinterpreted. But no, a lot of times you're hanging out at the cellar, and I'm with my buddies, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to go out to dinner with a young lady tonight.
Oh, okay, now I understand.
Yeah, I just wanted to be with a nice girl dinner.
Right.
It was fun.
I forgot to tell you, at this sushi joint where we all have to sit really close together, it's a great place to go on a Tuesday afternoon for sushi, not Valentine's Day.
Right.
Although the food was just ridiculous. I guess that these down and dirty sushi places don't care about the decor because they know people are really coming in for the taste of what they do. It's one of those places you can't order nothing. They just bring food to you and all that. Anyway, we're no more than 3 feet away from the couple next to us. Big, fat, slobby guy on a date. And he let out a fucking fart that had us laughing probably for a half hour straight. The whole place rattled. my wife goes, she felt her actual chair shake from this guy's fart. And he blows it off like it was nothing. I'm like, the balls that takes.
He's probably so embarrassed trying to play it off like it was his chair.
You think?
I respect that, though.
Man, did it fucking vibrate.
A small Valentine's Day dinner in a fancy place, he fucking drops a gasser. You have to respect that.
It didn't smell. I was waiting for the smell because we were so close. I'm like, thank God that didn't smell.
I always get embarrassed about the conversations. Like if I'm not close to other people, like people are going to it's probably like self-centeredness. Nobody gives a fuck what you're talking about.
Right.
But I'm always like, I want people to know what we're,
I wonder if the rest of the country knows. Some of these restaurants, they will pretty much sit you right next to another couple. And then you have to make jokes like, well, I guess we're eating together.
Yeah, yeah, but then there's one person that always takes it too far.
Yeah.
I guess the two girls will fool around while we suck each other. That's not appropriate on a fucking holiday.
No, it's not. I'm just glad to be outside, man. I hate being stuck inside with this weather. It drives me nuts.
I was out every night though, just doing my thing.
Oh, how was Foxwoods?
I forgot about it. Awesome.
I heard it was awesome.
What a great gig, and ticket sales were phenomenal.
Nice.
And the crowd was fucking really good. A lot of them are Boston, Connecticut. That's a weird area. There's no one that lives right there.
Right.
So I think 90% of them just drive in for the show.
That's great because, Boston's getting, destroyed. Just slammed.
Yeah.
And they're still coming out for your show. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I forgot I did Foxwoods, and then Thursday I did something. I don't remember. It's a 4-day weekend's fucking ruined me. Like, I forget everything I did.
Yeah, we just happened to have Friday off, so it made this a long little break we had. Nice 4 days off. I love it.
Yeah, it was nice. And then last night I went out I introduced my friend Tamara interviewed Chuck Liddell for this this called the Core Group. It's some small little club, and so we had dinner after, and it was nice. He's just a fun guy.
Nice.
Just listening to Chuck tell just fight stories.
Right.
What an entertaining man.
What is he doing these days?
He was him and his family. They came in to do this this event, and then this interview, and then they just went and did sort of Lion King and did family shit.
Right.
So it was good to see him and his wife, and just an uneventful story, but just a fun dinner.
Sure.
With a lovely man.
Did you watch the SNL thing?
I did not. I forgot all about it. I remembered it the day before, and then today I'm like, oh, was that Sunday? I didn't remember. I was busy.
It was 3.5 hours. What can we say about the SNL 40th anniversary, Sam? I turn to you now because you love pop culture, so I know you saw it.
Of course, most people saw it.
What time? Yeah, 23 million people watched it.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a real big number.
Why Sunday, though? Why'd they do it Sunday?
Because everyone had Monday off.
Oh, okay.
There's they're treating this like the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a red carpet thing. Jim Carrey made Matt Lauer all uncomfortable. I saw that moment. Mm-hmm. He asked Matt Lauer, where are they hiding Brian Williams? And then, of course, they all had to shut him down like, oh, look at the time. Instead of having a real moment back with the guy.
Right.
So that was fun.
So he didn't go, Brian Williams? You know how mad he must be to miss this? That's a massive event.
I'm sure he would have liked to have been there.
Yeah.
There were a couple of celebrities there, a couple of photo ops.
Oh, my God. I got invited and didn't go.
No.
You're right. I lied.
Oh, okay. You scared me. I don't know. It's possible. A lot of your friends were there.
I know.
Colin Quinn got a little taste of the action. He was up there with the Weekend Update guys. He got a couple minutes on the big special, seen by 23 million. Oh, the Eddie Murphy thing was so bizarre. Freaking Chris Rock comes out, gives an amazing intro to Eddie Murphy, who hasn't been there in, I think, 32 years, something like that. And then Eddie Murphy comes out and awkwardly thanks everybody, and then they don't go to break, and then he's like, well, I guess I could just do that again, and just starts thanking people again, and then it just goes to break.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
No character.
Not one funny line. He looked nervous and kind of not out of sorts because that would be Chevy Chase. But he didn't.
He didn't appear to want to be there, especially when he said something.
Do we have the clip?
Oh yeah, but he said something to the effect of, I appreciate that. Everybody is so into what I did all those years ago.
Right.
There's just something in the way he said it made me think that he doesn't like this.
Well, Lauren, Mike, I don't know what they may be great friends now, but I mean, I think it was Dick Ebersol when he ran SNL back then. That's the one who took care of Eddie.
Yeah.
So I think he hasn't come on back because of that.
Because Dick Ebersol hasn't been there?
Yeah, or I think that Lauren wasn't his guy. I think Ebersol was. So again, I could be completely off.
He probably should have stayed home then, because
it
was really strange. People were like, what was that about?
Was Chris being fun? Was everybody else being funny?
Of course.
Rock was fine. He did his job. I mean, I think that's all he did on the whole special, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
But it was like
intro Eddie Murphy.
One of the very
part of the
few
monologue at the
specials
beginning.
like this that everybody said that was awesome. That was funny. That
Oh, cool.
everybody enjoyed the show.
Good.
Right.
Except like this, there was like 2 or 3 awkward moments in the whole show.
I think he was probably nervous because Eddie hasn't done. I don't think he's done stand up in a while, and he's such a funny guy in movies. But all of a sudden now you're on live TV in a stand up situation. Maybe it was a little nerve wracking.
And when was the last time he did a movie? It's been been a few years now too. I think.
I don't know. He does so many voiceovers. I don't know.
Right. I think he's been kind of just hanging out for a little while, and maybe he's just not used to. I don't know what it was.
I'm guessing a little bit of nerves. You're on. Was it live?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're on live TV, and it's he's probably just a little nervous.
Wait, Sam, you said there were 3 awkward moments?
Yeah.
Let me guess them.
Okay.
I'm going to go Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bobby De Niro.
Oh yeah. Those are my 3. Those are my 3.
It's Jim's bit.
Yeah.
Jim Norton brought it to our attention how awkward Bobby De Niro is. I love when people call him Bobby because they feel like they know him a little more than everyone else. And he is so awkward.
So awkward.
When it's live.
Yeah, like he does not. Even on the red carpet, they were like, "Oh, do you ever give him any ideas when you're hosting?" No, I do what they tell me, and
Right.
I let them write for me, and they tell me what to do.
Did anyone not show up? Like,
Well,
who was
Dennis Miller wasn't there. So, the bloggers out there, well, he's a right-wing conservative, so he wasn't invited to the big anniversary special.
I forgot about that. He was an SNL anchor. I mean, a news guy.
He wasn't there,
He was
but
funny, though.
He was the longest anchor, too.
He was really good, yeah.
who else wasn't there?
Well, I don't know if Jay Moore was there.
Yeah, I don't think Jay was there.
Jay Moores wasn't there?
Right.
All right.
Jim Brewer
Sarah
was
was
in
there.
the audience, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, you heard him laugh, though. That famous Jim Brewer laugh got on.
Sarah Silverman was there. I don't think she did anything.
Okay.
Right. Who else wasn't there? Robert Downey Jr. wasn't there.
He was not. Neither was
Voted-
Anthony Michael Hall.
Voted worst cast member ever. Robert
Downey
Downey
Jr.?
Jr. Yes.
I'm sure he was invited, though.
I would imagine.
You don't not invite the fucking biggest star in Hollywood.
Of course he was invited. I'm trying to think who else wasn't there.
No Anthony Michael Hall either. Oh, he's only one
Not
season,
that I
wasn't
saw,
he?
yeah.
Yeah, it was that disaster season.
He might have been away shooting, though. He's always working.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was there.
Did he talk at all or no?
Yes.
Oh, he did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty with it.
He did better than Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, people are saying that he's starting to be, lose it a little bit, but I didn't think I thought he was fine.
Oh, cool.
And he was sitting next to Lorne Michaels the whole time. Lorne gave himself the seat next to Jack Nicholson in the audience.
Yeah, you probably figure who's the most important guy.
Yeah,
If
right.
I was Lauren, I would have sandwiched myself between McCartney and Nicholson.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other awkward moment.
What?
Paul McCartney can't sing Maybe I'm Amazed anymore.
He didn't do bad.
He fucking blew it, Sam Roberts.
I disagree.
Was he bad?
And
I don't think so.
I was talking to Travis this morning, and I learned a little knowledge that Paul McCartney's always had a tough time singing that song. So a lot of people were surprised that he chose that song to play.
He definitely had to change the key around.
Oh, it's a hard one for him to do live, man.
How about, all right, we got so much to do. Well, we'll play the Maybe I'm Amazed to Jim Norton. Let him hear it cold, and you tell me if he did a good job. We don't have to play the whole thing, just the first few, I don't know, like a minute of it or whatever.
But it got better as he went on, so that's not fair either.
Yeah, but you don't want to get better as it goes on if you're a Beatle in front of 23 million people. You got to have that shit down.
He's McCartney.
Yeah, if McCartney has an off moment singing, no one cares.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Let's see
like,
what
"That's
Jimmy
McCartney."
thinks. Yeah, I mean, you got to give McCartney a little slack. I don't like giving people slack.
I love
generally.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. I'm known as a slack giver, though.
You will?
Yeah, people are like, Jim gives more slack than most folks. I'm like, well,
That's soft-hearted Jimmy for you.
yeah, slack giving motherfucker.
You tell me what you think of this, okay? It's coming up right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Richards.
Jesus. Keith Richards?
Keith Richards wouldn't hit his mark down low.
He's looking for it.
He wouldn't go down to the main stage, and so the camera's just trying to figure out how
Hello,
to...
everybody.
He's in better shape than Chevy Chase, though.
Yeah.
In the early 60s, a band came out of England, and it changed the world. But enough about the Rolling Stones. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul McCartney.
Fucking home run, Keith. Holy shit, was that fucking hilarious. Fuck yeah. Look at that awful backdrop, though.
Baby, I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time.
It's a little weak.
Maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you.
Oof.
Baby, I'm amazed at the way you pull me all the time. You hung me on a line. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you.
Wow.
Not as bad
I
there.
love his drummer, though.
Maybe I'm a man. Maybe I'm a lonely man who's in my favorite Sunday. That he doesn't really understand. Babe, I'm a man. You're the only woman who's ever gonna help me. Baby, won't you help me to understand?
He's got the ooze still.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Why? Anyone could do those.
Yeah, it's weird. It seemed like it was a hard thing for him to strain and hit, and then he hits that note.
Sam's not wrong. I
It
mean,
did get better, yeah.
It did get better, but that first moment was a little weak.
Yeah, that was a bad first moment. But I guess with him, any throat thing now is a major.
And then he keeps going with like a ridiculous power in his voice. Especially since he'd just done a show the night before.
Did he?
Yeah.
Irving Plaza surprise show for Valentine's Day.
And he played this song the night before.
Right.
But you'll never hear him play this twice, 2 nights in a row.
He doesn't do this one usually.
Well, he does it. Like, I've seen him do it. He did it last year or 2 years ago at the Barclays.
Yeah.
But it's not a nightly song.
Wait,
Right.
hold on. The surprise show. So how did people get? Where was it?
I don't
It
know.
was announced the morning of.
$40 a ticket to see Paul McCartney.
How big was the
Paul
show?
McCartney at Irving Plaza.
1,000.
Was it sold out?
Oh boy, was
Barely,
it?
like right at 8 o'clock.
Walk up.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm afraid of the way I leave you.
How did he announce it?
Online.
Baby, I'm amazed.
He has an email list. So.
I would just never find out about stuff like that.
How do you find out about stuff?
Forgot SNL 40th anniversary was on. You could probably do a little more work.
That's a good point. I was busy.
But how do we find out about like surprise shows?
Yeah.
I found it on Twitter. Yeah.
Now he sounds good.
That's it.
Yeah, Sam's right. It got better, but the start of the song was a
Beginning
little
was
rough.
rough, yeah.
Why do you think he picked that song? Unless
I don't
it's
know. I
Lauren's
was
favorite
very
song.
surprised that he picked that.
Maybe it's Lauren's
Play in front of millions of people the night after he sang it.
Plus, then he went to the after party and sang "Shake It Off."
Yeah.
Where was the after party?
I don't know where it was. but
The
it-
Plaza.
They had all kinds of Instagram videos from it, and it looked like the place to be.
Sure. Celebrities.
Yes, there were.
Prince was there.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of fun photos taken.
Jimmy Fallon would not get off stage.
He likes being at the
He loves it.
Chris on Long Island. At least he sang it in the original key. Give him credit for that.
Yeah,
I
he didn't
give him
change
credit.
it,
It's
yeah.
Paul McCartney. He can do
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
the fuck he wants in
That's
the
true.
end.
You could hum it and it'd be fine.
Exactly. If it's 2015 and Paul McCartney sounds like this, he's accomplished something. And
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
How old is he now? Like 70? I'm going to go 70. Oh, shit. 72-ish?
Someday, that he doesn't really understand.
72.
Nice.
We're critiquing 72-year-old.
Yeah.
Why would he pick this song?
better when he was 30.
You think he dyes his hair?
I think it's probably a little
He
wig.
can do whatever he wants.
You think it's a wig?
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, I'm guessing.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
That's a good wig.
Yeah, I mean, he can't be 72. Man, maybe it's his hair. I just think it is because the little gray on the side. But again, if he had if it had a Yankees emblem on the side of it, it would still be fine. McCartney, I don't care what he has on his head.
there's not that many people that can do no
Anyway.
wrong, but he's one of them.
No, if he wore Mark David Chapman's picture on his head, I think he was cool.
He just wore a mask on.
Yeah, that guy's the real jerk of jerks. Whoa, easy, Paul.
Yeah, he would never wear the jerk of all jerks on his head.
Oh my God, guy's a real vagabond. Easy.
All right. So when they do these surprise shows, most of the tickets go to the VIPs. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure they get a lot of VIPs, but
Well, most is a strong word.
No, I would say
Saying over 500 VIPs.
For McCartney, maybe, yeah. I mean,
there was a ton of celebrities there.
Yeah,
But-
I saw it in the paper, all the people that showed up.
Yeah, I would say a very
Did
good
you go?
amount. No, I wish I could.
But
Why didn't you go?
Well, because when I found out about it, I was in a different borough, and you had to be at Irving Plaza with the other person you wanted to go with because it was one ticket per person, cash.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cash?
Cash, $40 cash, one ticket per person.
Just Paul's
at
guy
the box
outside the
office.
place.
Yeah, who wants a
Oh,
ticket?
wow. You only saw one.
Well, yeah, because
I wish you had tickets to this. I'm pointing at the ISIS photo.
it's terrible. As a spectator?
Yes, front row in an orange outfit.
Jim Brewer, Jim Brewer didn't get a little taste on the SNL show. He was in the audience. What the fuck is that about?
Just sat in the audience. Yeah, and they didn't really.
They didn't even play any of his clips.
They weren't too kind to him in the Rolling Stone article.
No.
What?
He was ranked like the 4th worst.
Yeah, but wasn't Norm like in the bottom 10 too?
Yeah,
like
Norm and
article-
Was he really Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pay attention to that article.
That's so. Norm Macdonald is hilarious.
I was so happy he was there.
Absolutely. The Jeopardy skit was just
So good.
amazing. It was just so funny.
And that could have gone poorly, like really easily, because people love that. So it's like,
Right.
of course, we have to do a Celebrity Jeopardy. You could fuck that up.
No, they
super
nailed it.
easily. They did.
Am I too old for the Californians? I don't understand
I
that
just don't
bit.
think that's funny.
And it went on forever.
Who did it? Will Ferrell and is that him?
No.
No, it's that. I
Why
mean,
do I
yeah,
guess?
it's a current skit, so it's like unless you're watching now.
I understand, but I don't know. I think I
And Taylor Swift was not great on it.
no.
None of them were. No, I don't think you're too old because I mean, you know what it's parodying.
But is it one of their big fucking skits they do every week?
I think it was a recurring skit.
It
Oh
was,
my
yeah.
god,
I mean,
I fucking hated it. And then they had Betty White making out with Bradley Cooper at the end of it.
Oh, how awful her breath must have been. She's 90. She doesn't think about, it smells like effordent.
You can't say 90 anymore. She's 93.
Oh, God, poor
Holy
Bradley.
fuck. And she's still sharp. She was sharper than Chevy Chase as well.
Yeah.
yeah,
Can
she
we see
was.
De Niro?
Yeah.
I want to see De Niro's moment.
Sure.
I'm sure it was a little awkward.
Well,
It was just fun.
it's Jimmy's bit, though. This guy, when he has to do anything live, he just falls apart. So weird. Was he always this guy, you think?
Oh, sure. He's probably just a shy fucking...
He just needs a script and a director.
Yeah. A lot of these actors are weirdos. That's why they're such good actors, because they're these weird fucking vessels for whatever you want to put in them.
Right.
It was just funny because, like, right before this, Tom Hanks and Alec Baldwin come out, and they're just, like, electrifying the crowd and snappy and boom, boom, boom. And then Robert De Niro comes out, and it goes, oh.
And he's just breathing and, like, just being awkward and just trying to talk about New York. And,
Oh, enough with him in New York. Talk about somewhere else, would you?
well, as Saturday Night Live's in New York, though.
The national landscape. Right. I can't even do it because I took Afrin last night, so I'm blowing out clear snot.
It's still funny. Love your impression of that. Do we have it there, Sammy?
Sure.
All right, let's play
Keith
this.
Richards' joke was a good one.
You like that one?
Oh, yeah, it was a fucking really a hit.
He said that, but enough about the Rolling Stones.
And everybody was like, God damn it, he got me. Got me good.
Here's De
Got a
Niro.
zero. You know how bad your joke has to, how bad it has to be when you're Keith Richards and you can't get a polite laugh? That's a dud.
He's just a rock star, though.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Everyone in that crowd though, like, is not giving you a laugh if they don't want to. They're just too famous.
Yeah.
There's a lot of famous people in the crowd.
That was the crowd.
Oh, my
There was a
God.
handful.
I don't think there was any regular people in the crowd.
No.
Maybe some spouses or husbands or whatever, but that was about it.
Did they
But-
laugh at the sketches?
Yeah, everybody, they were there to laugh. Everybody was
in a good
happy
mood.
to be
They
there.
laughed
yeah.
at what they should have laughed at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wait till you see what Kanye did. He is a true artist, man. Pretty fucking amazing what he did. Ugh.
Did he do something to make fun of himself?
He laid down for most of his song when he performed.
He did make fun of himself though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
I've seen some very funny, like, little memes.
Right.
Like the one with, it's like at the end of Star Wars with Princess Leia and Chewbacca and Han Solo and all of them standing there getting their medals and Kanye's kneeling saying how Kim should get the medals. Right. Some very cute ones. That was a good one.
Let's play this. This is De Niro being awkward.
Made you smile?
Yes, it did, but apparently no one else.
I saw you retweeted your Star Wars joke
Yes,
over
I
the
did.
weekend.
Well, it wasn't my joke. I just picked up on it and ran and shared a laugh.
Sure.
Not today.
One of those visual deals.
Yes, it was.
Had to be there.
Not even. It was one of the type of thing you look at and you go, it's cute.
Plus, why would you think Kim should get the award? It was Beyonce.
Yep, that'd be it too. Right. Not only was it not worth repeating, it was not worth repeating incorrectly. It's amazing. Like normally per pitch you get one strike, but I swung 3 times at the same pitch. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3.
You're out.
Yeah.
Let's play this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
Saturday Night Live, the first time I saw it, I was doing a film in Los Angeles, and it reminded me that I was away from New York. Also, it made me do something else I hated, staying up late. And have you noticed it gets later every year? Well, for me, it does at least.
Pause. This is the guy who played Jake LaMotta.
Yes.
And he's actually doing stand-up like Jake. At least for me, it does at least. How do you trip on that one? Like, the beauty of it, though, that's how fucking hard it is to read off a monitor.
But see, if he did this one time, whatever, it happens on live TV. But this is the guy we now know because of Jim Norton. He's just awkward every time he has to do something live.
I like that he
Can you
got
go back? I got to hear that.
Yeah, he got nothing on the stay up late joke.
As he shouldn't have.
And then he came back to it. I should mention later, I'm still don't
Well,
like
maybe for me later it gets.
I think you fucked it all up because that was a little improv. I don't think that was planned. I think he was feeling it.
You think so?
Yes.
No, he's just terrified. He looks standing there. He looks like I would look doing a scene with him. So if I ever do a scene with him, which will probably never happen, and I fuck it up and I get a look from him, I'm gonna go, I've seen you do live stuff. Shut your face. Get back on your mark. I'm redoing it.
Go back. I want to hear him talk about staying up late. Yeah.
I remember watching Rob Reiner in the third episode.
Whoa, what happened?
Did he say Rob Reiner? No, he didn't.
Thank you.
What?
Bye.
Oh no.
Sam, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
Confident walk he has. It's fun watching his confident step out.
Saturday Night Live, the first time I saw it.
Good? Not good.
I was doing a film in Los Angeles, and it reminded me that I was away from New York. Also, it made me do something else I hated, staying up late. And have you noticed it gets later every year? Well, for me, it does at least. I remember
For me,
watching Rob Reiner in the third episode. He did not. He did the entire.
Jimmy's face.
I can't. This is the equivalent of him going, give me a stage where this rage bull can rage.
Right.
Oh, my God. It's great. So uncomfortable.
Go back slightly.
Watching Rob Reiner, but I was with all of my family.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? It's De Niro, though. Come on. Go ahead.
Monologue as a Wayne Newton act. Rob kept going on and on and on and on and on, and he never stopped. I thought this was so brave, so funny, so great. It just totally took my attention. Saturday Night Live broke all the rules of comedy on TV 40 years later, they're still at it.
Why would you say it right?
40 years. That's like back when TV was still watched on TV.
What, that doesn't work as a joke?
No, it doesn't work as a serious observation. That's what it was like when TV was on TV. I mean, it says pause there like, to allow the laughter to wash over him.
Just a little observation for the kids.
Hulu.
He's just trying to show the kids that he's kind of hip and with the times.
But why that joke? Like, that's not even a well-written joke. That's back when TV was watched on TV.
Right.
Got a point.
No?
Yeah, but it's not a good joke.
No, it is not.
No.
No,
But it's all in the delivery,
Yes.
which was also piss poor.
It was a bad joke when delivered horribly equals an abomination. De Niro.
if it was a good joke, Ron Bennington would have been laughing. He's in the background. He plays for the band now. No one else noticed that?
I did not.
I didn't.
On the right side, I think he's got some kind of saxophone, and that's
Sax
Ron.
player?
Yeah, that's Ron Bennington.
If there was a fire behind De Niro right now, I wouldn't notice that. Watching this train wreck.
By the way, that guy with the saxophone was laughing all night. So the fact that
He was not laughing, and
He
that's
always laughs.
it's the
Yeah.
Ron Bennington guy.
he gets a kick out of this whole thing. He's like, "What a night! What a night!"
Did you see who was killing it all night?
Huh?
Did you see who was killing it all night?
Who?
G.E. Smith.
Yeah. Somebody texted me or tweeted me a photo with G.E. Smith and said, "Growing up, this was my Pat Smear face."
No one knows how you're supposed to react to this because you don't know where the laughs are. It's delivered weird.
Right.
Yeah. It's not funny.
Could you go
No.
back a little bit, Sam?
Trips on every punchline.
Yeah.
It's almost like when
That's the most
something
important part.
The most important part is something funny comes up, and he just doesn't. You know what it was? I bet you he looks at this 30 seconds before he walks out. He probably doesn't actually, go
Because
over
he's De
this.
Niro, though. He's like, what am I doing here? This, all right,
Yeah.
this is a piece of cake.
Yeah. Then he realizes, oh no, I'm terrified again. I'm scared.
Oh, that's right. I get scared.
I get nervous.
I get scared when it's live. Help me.
Saturday Night Live
It's hard to go backwards.
Yeah, 'cause
totally
it's
took
such a
my
big-
attention. Saturday Night Live broke all the rules of comedy on TV 40 years later, they're still at it. 40 years. That's like back when TV was still watched on TV. Saturday Night Live may be an international sensation, but I think of it most as a New York tradition. SNL in NYC, that's the way I like my Saturday nights. That's the way I like my city. Anybody got a problem with that?
That was supposed to be his tough guy line. He messed up his tough guy line. Jimmy just threw the
I
mic.
have a problem with that, Bob. It's not delivered well.
Can we hear that again?
Oh my God.
That was supposed to be his tough
He
guy
just
line.
collapses.
Right.
Anybody? Like he forgets. That's how I like my city. Are you talking to me? Oh my God!
I also like that in the barely any laughs that he got for the TV on TV line.
Yeah.
He was letting it. All right, I'll give it a second. I'll let
right.
the laughs
In his
happen.
mind, he's going, "Let it breathe."
Let it breathe.
Oh my God!
You like that line?
Anybody got a problem with that?
Well,
Except he stumbled. Anybody got a problem with that?
Yeah.
he stumbled.
He tripped on it like he literally the Shockmaster delivered his opening line better than De Niro. Oh my God!
I gotta hear that again. Gotta hear that again.
Great.
Yeah.
And the satisfied look on his face after he says it.
Oh yeah.
He puts his arms out like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I have to."
Yeah.
Anybody got a problem with that? Oh my God, they're just laughing because it's almost over.
Yeah.
Still watched on TV. Saturday Night Live may be an international sensation, but I think of it most as a New York tradition. SNL in NYC, that's the way I like my Saturday nights. That's the way I like my city. Anybody got a problem with that?
And he got.
And that's it.
And he got a problem with
And he got it, buddy. Good. I'm so happy. If I ever get to meet him, nothing I'm going to do wrong. If I call him Jerry, that's going to be better than what he just did.
I'm going to take a photo. And he got a problem with that?
Oh my God. Yeah, I wish I would have met him that night. I would just tease him. He probably has no idea he did bad. Nice tripping, dick.
Let's say hi to JJ in New Jersey. JJ.
He was close to Hampshire, but all right. Hey, I was just wondering, do you think the first 8 takes of every De Niro movie look like this?
Imagine that.
Everyone on set's just enraged for the first 8 takes. No, Bob, you got to read the fucking script, please.
I'll bet you when De Niro makes a mistake on set and fucks up lines, everyone's relieved. Because I'll bet you a guy of that magnitude, when you see him being human and making errors, it relaxes everyone around him.
Yeah, maybe it's just a known fact that he's going to fuck up the first 10, and then he's finally going to settle in, and they just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I don't know.
The type of actor, from what I've heard he does, and again, I've just never worked with him, but I heard what he'll do is when he rehearses, maybe it was on this show, they said that he won't even do the lines. He's like, like he'll do certain things or he'll say other stuff, but he wants the lines to be said like the first time when he's in the scene.
Okay.
Or whatever. So maybe that works for him acting-wise.
All right.
Maybe it makes it feel more natural when he's saying it for the first time.
Let's say hi to Mark in Vegas. Mark.
Hey, you guys see Chevy Chase?
I did not.
I did. He's not going to be with us too much longer.
Is he heavy, right? He's put a lot of weight on.
He's heavy. He's sweating a lot.
Yeah, a lot of sweat.
He has a bit of, I think, a bit of dementia.
Oh, no.
You think dementia?
I'm going to go with a little dementia in there.
He wasn't good on the pre-show.
No, can you find the red carpet thing?
Sure.
He's sweating profusely, and then he said it's because he just ran the gauntlet. He was trying to make excuses why he was sweating so bad.
You think that was dementia
swollen
talking?
and his neck was swollen, and probably his ears and everything were all red too.
Why is Sam laughing at that?
There was just silence after it. It's just very specific.
What, E-Rock's not allowed to contribute to our SNL discussion?
I was
Sam Roberts?
laughing at E-Rock's contribution. Don't take your silence. Like, you put E-Rock into a corner just there, gave it enough silence that you knew I would giggle, and then wanted to blame me for your
I
meanness.
don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Here's the beauty of E-Rock. That fact, that little thing you spit out, was actually correct, but everyone, like, it probably took a lot of courage to get that one out. Like, you probably wanted to say that a minute before, and you're like, go ahead, just say it. Chip in, Eric. Damn it, you're on this show. I want to kiss E-Rock's little red neck right now.
I didn't notice he had red ears. So basically what? That's signs of someone that might have a heart attack soon there, Eric?
Sure.
All right.
He said, sure.
He's so mad.
He's mad at you.
He's not mad at me.
He's
You
mad
were the
at
one that was
himself.
giggling.
He's mad at himself.
You know you did that.
I was just taking a pause, letting it breathe.
You were
I was just letting
absolutely-
the fun fact breathe.
You were like, oh, you know what I'd really like? I'd like somebody to be mean to E-Rock right now, but I don't want to be the bad guy.
Hold on a second. Is it possible we could hear that again? Because I think that we gave it an unfair. Can we, E-Rock? It wasn't a bad fact. I mean, you just said something.
Yeah, let's figure out what went wrong there. I thought it was just a nice fun fact, and I was letting it breathe, and then Sam, started giggling like a little girl. You got it, E-Rock, in a second or two?
Give me a minute.
Yeah,
All right.
He's the master.
How was your weekend, E-Rock?
Fine.
Did you have a nice Valentine's Day? You can't multitask. You can't find the clip and talk to me right now?
Valentine's Day was fine.
What'd you do?
Went to dinner.
Right.
That's about it.
Yeah. All right, then. See, I'm letting it breathe now. What kind of dinner was it? Was it romantic?
Yeah.
Did you go out? Where'd you go?
Went out for a nice steak
Oh, that sounds
and a
lovely.
lobster.
Ooh.
That's nice. Where'd you go? Did you go in Jersey or did you come into the city?
Stayed in Jersey.
I'm not a fan of surf and turf, I must say, D-Rock.
All you eat is sushi.
No. I would.
Oh, boy. Someone's antsy in the back.
Ouch-a-rooney.
I like a good steak, and then you ruin it with the lobster. I'd rather have
ruin it
more
with
of the
lobster.
steak. What?
You can't ruin steak with lobster.
I would rather have a lobster or a steak.
I always feel bad for the lobster. I knew that they threw him in there alive. A minute ago, he's being paraded in front of the restaurant. Thinks he's fucking won the election. Look, guys, I'm being set free.
Look, I'm on display at this aquarium.
Next thing you know, his fucking lidless eyes are being burned.
Right.
Hot water.
Look at all the people that came to see me.
Yes, they're applauding me.
Right. Look at, they're all bending down and taking a real good look at me.
He thinks they're making
I'm a
steak for
star.
him. Yeah, he's
Right.
just a fool.
We have the lobsters in our little supermarket. I feel bad for them.
Terrible.
I think I'm starting to feel bad for lobsters.
I can't eat them.
Must be because
Much.
I'm getting up there in age.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about lobsters. You got the clip, E-Rock?
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Let's see if why this went so badly.
His
think that
neck
was
was
dementia
swollen,
talking?
and his neck was swollen, and probably his ears and everything were all red too.
Oh, E-Rock rules.
What was bad? There was nothing bad about
So
that.
then why didn't you talk?
I don't know. I was just
Because you knew E-Rock was opening his mouth. It wasn't like a major contribution, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. You knew the room was going to default to bad, and you were like, okay, somebody else is going to make fun of E-Rock, and I don't have to be the bad guy.
well, how would we make fun of E-Rock?
We did. It was easy.
No
I
one made
laughed
fun of
and then-
E-Rock. We just started laughing.
I laughed, and then Jim said that E-Rock had probably put a lot of thought, and there were a lot of balls to come up with that sentence.
Because he was
And
going
then-
to say it, and you could see he stopped, and then his mind said, "Go ahead, you have something to say."
E-Rock, who do you think was, in that scenario, who was the meanest to you?
Does it matter?
Yep.
It's perfectly fine. Just move on.
It's a fair question, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to know from your
I
perspective.
stopped because Sam was talking.
Oh,
We were talking at the same time, so I stopped.
Oh,
It's fair.
all right.
Who do you think was meanest to you?
You were giggling at him. I just stopped talking.
Honestly.
I was.
He's giving me the I'm afraid of Opie eyes.
What? How was I mean? I didn't say a word.
You know what you did.
I didn't do nothing. Thank you for the phone call, Mark in Vegas. Let me go to Brian in Tampa. Brian.
How you doing there, Hope? Hey, Jimmy had a good line that just kind of went under the radar. He was saying that you guys, that the lobster looked like the steak was being made for him. That was classic.
Oh,
Jimmy.
I heard it. I thought it was
It
hilarious.
was an okay line. It was, you know.
I figure the people out there are laughing when they're hearing that stuff.
Yeah,
Hey, Opie, I have a question for you. Why do you like to throw everybody under the bus to save your hide? That's not the Opie we used to know.
No,
Not?
Yes.
I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah.
And then he hangs up. All right. Let's see the Chevy Chase. So is this on the red carpet?
This is the red carpet clip.
Okay.
Well, I found the great Chevy Chase, everybody. Chevy, congratulations. Great to see you.
Thank you very much.
The initial first few shows back in 1975, you were part of that cast. I mean, what was it like?
Part of it. I was. I don't think we really knew. It was late night, and we knew we could.
I see the dementia thing you're talking about now.
Oh, there's some dementia in there.
I
He's
see
having
that.
some breathing issues, too. It seems to make him heavier.
And he's sweating.
And I see the red ears, E-Rock.
His cheek is red, yeah.
But it's not cheeks, it's down near his neck.
Yep.
His neck is bloated and red. I don't see actual red ears, but I see below the ears is very red.
He did say neck and ears.
Wow.
Neck and ears, but it's more like
More the
neck and then like that jawbone area. So that's. I think he's gonna have a heart attack soon or a stroke.
You think so?
Yeah. What's going on with him?
I don't know. He did. I mean, everybody was talking about it. He does not appear to be in good health whatsoever.
What are the rumors with Chevy Chase that he did a lot of pills?
Well, there were two big.
What are the rumors
I
on
think there
him?
were rumors he did a lot of coke back in the day, but everybody supposedly did a lot of coke back in the day.
So maybe he went old school and had some coke before the big SNL40.
Well, this resulted in like two pieces of journalism coming out. You either wrote an article about how Chevy Chase was not looking good health-wise, or that he historically has been an asshole. So
yeah,
all the Chevy Chase articles were either he's fat and going to die soon, or he's always been an asshole.
His voice is weak. He has a little dementia. He's got the red neck and lower jawbone. He's sweating profusely.
His voice is weak.
And this is by the red carpet. This is before the show.
Right. All right, keep going.
Do things you couldn't usually do an earlier night. But a lot of fun. It's great people. You know, Lauren and John and Gilda and Danny and the rest.
Are you surprised at all? I mean, this has gone on 40 years now, 4 decades of just having such great young talent, comedic talent, and watching them all go on to greatness.
I think that's great. I left after the first year because I thought, this isn't going anywhere.
You came back to host 8 times. How did you like hosting the show?
I liked it. But I missed it more for not being a part of the cast still. You know, because I left after 1 year, and but I had reasons to leave, and I'm sorry if I'm perspiring, but I just had to run through a gauntlet. But I liked it a lot, and I still like it. I love Lauren. We're like brothers, you know.
rich part of history. Chevy, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Have a great night.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, too.
He seems like he's being very nice today. Oh, Robert Klein?
Yeah, Robert
cool.
Klein.
I love Robert Klein.
I feel kind of sorry for him.
Yeah.
He looks very out of sorts there.
But isn't it amazing the life he's had from one season on the... Well, I guess that was a classic season, but...
And then he moved right into some big movies for the time. Don't forget that.
That's true. He did films immediately.
And like I said, he hosted a lot, too.
Yeah.
8 times.
8 times. You know, he did Caddyshack and the Vacation movies, and Fletch was a big movie for
In
the
the
time.
80s, yeah. So
He had a nice little run right after SNL.
You think Joel McHale and Dan Harmon are watching this feeling sorry for him, too?
Hell no.
No, they're probably hoping the red spreads while they're watching.
Right. I think there's a bit of a drop off in the last year or two with Chevy Chase, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad. And
that voice, kind of like that, you know.
And then he was live and he did an intro for, I don't even remember, but that was a little weird too.
It was like a tribute to the Weekend Update. So
right.
CQ and Norm Macdonald and the rest of the guys got to introduce Chevy.
Right.
And then he just came out for like a minute or two and talked about Weekend Update.
Yeah.
It's really weird that Dennis Miller, unless he was invited and just couldn't go, but what could you be possibly... I think they would invite him, right? Who cares if he's a right-wing guy?
I think no matter what kind of problems they have with past cast members, they probably just put it out and said everyone's invited.
Yeah,
that's what Lauren said. Everyone who was ever on the staff, like a writer or a performer,
right?
Anyone who ever hosted, everyone was invited. It was up to them if they came or not.
What about? I'm surprised Jay didn't go. Jay Moore, unless he had a gig that he didn't want to cancel for money or he's shooting something.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see him. He could have theoretically been in the audience.
We see Eddie Murphy? I want to see Murphy.
That was the other. You know what? Why don't we take a break? We can roll into the Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I want to eat.
People want to talk about the Matt Foley impression by Melissa McCarthy. Did you like that?
I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either, to be honest with you.
I thought it was kind of funny.
It was a little strange.
Foley? He's the
Chris Farley's character.
Oh, okay.
She came out and did Chris Farley, basically.
You don't want to see CQ before we go to break?
We could do a little CQ.
It was a Chevy.
Yeah, let's see Colin.
We were very happy to see CQ.
He's a garbage.
You got that all ready to go?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's listen to this.
23 people have anchored the Weekend Update desk.
And this fact may surprise you. A few of them were men.
I'd like to bring up that Wally the cue card guy used to drop my cards. That's why I mumbled some of the time. Most of the time. All of the time.
He just did it. God damn you.
Look at the smile.
And he knows he fucked up. All of the time. You fucking mumbling prick.
Then he get that wonderful Colin Quinn smile. He knows he fucked up.
Can we watch Colin again?
He's just thinking of right in that moment. He's thinking about you and all his asshole friends that are watching
the cellar.
This.
Right, he's like, fuck. They're not gonna let me live this down.
You and Voss and Keith and everybody sitting there watching this.
Well, after Norm just left a crater. I don't know. Yeah, can we watch that again? I want to watch that show.
Seth Meyers is really enjoying it.
As he should be, yeah.
He's really enjoying it.
To be totally honest with you.
Colin wants to say, damn it.
Yeah.
That's why I mumbled some of the time. Most of the time. All of the time.
You know, I'm going to be totally honest with you, embellish. I have nothing to complain about while I was here, Norm Macdonald. I mean, I just showed up and I did the work, Hammered. And to be on the stage with these guys, hacks, I mean, it's pretty special in a way. You know what I'm saying?
But let's not forget that there wouldn't even be a Weekend Update if it wasn't for one person who set the tone and showed us you can inform, you can be smart, you can be silly, and most of all, you can be yourself.
Because Chevy Chase almost falls over
we
here.
Are mere utility infielders. But right now, I'm going to introduce a man.
Right now?
When's that going to happen?
Right at this moment. I'm going to introduce a man who is like Ted Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, Chevy Chase.
Oh, big fella.
That was a big step for him.
Thank you guys for that. Lovely tribute.
Thank you guys for that.
All right.
They're doing the bit where
I
the
know.
hearing impaired guy is shouting. So you're hearing impaired.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Is that bit back
from
then?
the first season.
That's
Yeah.
very funny.
That's a very old bit. Garrett Morris, right?
Garrett Morris.
Is that him or no?
Yeah, that's Garrett Morris.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jay Moore said he didn't contribute enough to SNL to go to the 40th.
That was his call?
I guess that's what someone is saying. Maybe he said it in on his podcast or something. Let's go to Christy in New York. Christy.
Hello.
Hi, Christy.
Hi. I had a question for E-Rock. I wanted to know why he always sounds so miserable when he should be happy that the job he has. If I fucking worked there and I was dying inside, I would still have a smile on my face. Debbie Downer.
Yeah, seriously, what's the deal, dude?
Yeah, E-Rock, what is the deal? We're just poking a little fun.
It's just a good-natured ribbon from the boys.
Sure.
Yeah, you're in there like a surly lummox.
He sounds great on his show every Friday.
Yeah, and it's
every
like
Friday night, he has all the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
Your radio heroes are here. You know, Opie and Jim Norton just serving the platter for you.
That's right.
You know?
You're over there, and they're like Colin Quinn delivering a joke on live television.
Talk to Christy, E-Rock.
Nah, I'm good.
What? What do you mean you're good?
I'm fine.
She asked why you sound miserable.
Getting testy.
Yeah, you are getting testy. What's the matter?
Yeah, what's up?
Why aren't you happy
I
to
was
be
feeling
here?
I'm going to get blocked now.
You're like a curmudgeonly spectacle. I'm tired of it.
What do you want to say, E-Rock?
I don't want to say anything. You keep bringing this up.
No, Christy did.
Christy did bring it up, to be fair.
Governor
brought it up.
Yeah, so.
I am totally fine.
How was the lobster and steak?
Good.
Was it a New York City restaurant or somewhere in Jersey?
We already did this.
Where'd you go?
Went to a place in New Jersey.
Red what?
All right, guys. Well, have a great show. E-Rock, I hope you have a better day.
E-Rock is fine. You're fine, right, E-Rock?
Fine.
Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. That's what fine means.
Let's go to...
All right, Busey.
Oh, yeah, those awful cards.
Yeah, let's go to Frank in the Bronx. Frank.
Hey, Jimmy, boys, how are you?
What's going on, Frank?
Real quick, Jimmy, Bob De Niro's a stuttering, muttering prick. He's a retard live. Just to talk about Slavo!
Well, I gotta say that the Slabo t-shirts have nothing to do with E-Rock. OpieRadio.com/shop.
That's gotta
You know that, right, E-Rock? It started as a thing, but now...
You keep telling yourself that. Sleep on your pile of money.
Oh, I wish it was a pile of money. All right, what do you got for E-Rock, Frank?
One word answers your fucking radio murder, okay?
Yeah, you got
One word answers, that's all he's got.
Thanks, tough
One
guy.
word answers.
Oh, shit.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute, you had a nice romantic dinner. How many fucking steaks you eat, you fat bastard, you? Anybody?
Keep doing jerky, boys. It's getting you far.
Ooh.
Call me Sizzle Chest.
Great show for a fucking faggot.
Thank you.
Wow. I don't know who you're talking about. I thought you were making fun of E-Rock.
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, right, E-Rock? You fat fucking...
Keep faking the accent, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, keep faking it.
How about what you have for dessert, E-Rock, on Valentine's night?
Keep going with the food angle. It's so working.
But E-Rock's not fat.
Yeah, you just keep saying that.
Be quiet. Hey, Sancho, answer the question.
He just told Jim to be quiet.
That's right. Yeah, and I did. I wanted an answer.
All right. Well, thank you, Frank in the Bronx.
All right, Frank.
All right. It was fun while it lasted.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, keep listening.
Get hit by a drunk driver.
E-Rock.
E-Rock.
The hell, man.
These are the listeners. They're paying our salary.
And no one's, driving drunk on a Tuesday morning. We got Larry King today.
E-Rock is just keeping it real.
I learned from Colin.
Colin knew he fucked up. That's the best part.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was so happy with that.
I love it. We got Larry King later, and I believe Nikki Glazer will be joining the show next, which is very cool.
Yeah.
What else we got to do with the SNL thing? We got the Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is actually doing a live appearance.
Really?
Yes, he is.
So, is it like comedy?
It's funny you should say that because the Borgata Hotel July 10th and 11th is on sale now, and Eddie said he was going to come in and do some jokes with me.
Is that a guarantee?
Well, no. Legally, I probably can't make it. I guarantee.
There's rumors, though. Word on the street, you could say.
A couple of people have told me.
I think you can say word on the street says.
Word on the street says that he may stop in and do some jokes with
You
me.
never know.
Yeah, he wants to start riffing again, and I'm his favorite.
Anything's possible. So we're going to do some Eddie Murphy. Trying to think. Oh, the Melissa McCarthy doing Foley.
And if you want to talk about Kanye.
Laying on the floor as he performed, why?
Yeah.
And then auto-tuned. I just don't get it. I'm just not cool enough to get Kanye West.
There was a thing I was reading. I mean, stuff started coming on Twitter. It was like, I don't know, all the people that are really mad about Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're starting to sound like, you know, like your dad not getting the Beatles.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
I don't really care that much about him. I think he's an asshole. But
I don't mean necessarily you specifically, but people who get like it really strikes me as a generational gap. Like this is the new sort of.
Yeah, but what? There's other guys in his contemporaries, I should say, that we don't hate as much.
It's not generational. It's because people don't not understand him. He's not misunderstood. He's a baby. That's why people don't like him. No one's offended by his lyrics. No one's offended by his videos or his artistic expression. It's his personality. He's just a twat.
And I don't even hate his songs that much.
No,
I don't,
it's not a music thing.
I don't care enough to hate his songs.
Yeah.
I hear him like, all right, whatever. I guess that's a cool song. I understand why people would like the actual song, but he comes across like a real dick.
Yeah, like the Beatles.
Yeah, but that's kind of every rock star that has ever had that effect on people.
Not to other rock stars though. Not like that.
Name me a list of guys that are just dicks like Kanye West.
Gallagher brothers, Axl Rose.
Yeah, Axl is a dick.
All right, fair enough.
Weiland.
All right,
but they also get bashed. People also don't. People also smash them, and they have a reputation of being dickheads.
Right.
Like Axl got killed for a long time. People said he was a douchebag.
Right.
He was shitty to his fans.
Well, we asked
Scott
Sam, and he
Weiland-
came up with some. Gallagher brothers are certainly.
But we also acknowledge all those people are like geniuses.
Yeah, but I think he's a good musician. I don't love his music, but I like it.
Right.
But I don't love fucking Gallagher brothers. I don't care about the Gallagher brothers.
I forgot. Axl Rose used to piss me off a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
One time in Toronto, waiting 2.5 hours between Skid Row and Guns N' Roses.
Total douche. But he's also been called a douche for 20 years for that.
Yeah, we don't hate the Gallaghers when they said we're better than the Beatles.
Oh, no, man.
But
Yeah,
if
they
Kanye,
paid
if
Supernova.
If Kanye had said
If Kanye said he was better than the Beatles, everybody would be like, are you fucking, like Kanye's had more songs than Oasis that have been like amazing.
No.
A lot more.
No.
probably.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
No.
Definitely, maybe.
Yeah.
No. No.
I mean, you can say no. It's not the strongest argument, but it is your show, so I guess you will win.
That's I just don't have enough knowledge, so that's all I got.
Right?
No.
So you're good. No, Sam, I don't think so.
I just never paid attention to Kanye West. I couldn't name one of his songs.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just couldn't. I know a couple of them. Like, oh, that song. Okay, that's where I'm at with him.
Like, I think the people that were like, oh, why is Kanye West performing on SNL? Were also like, oh, Paul Simon is the fucking motherfucker. He's the man.
What annoys me about Kanye is that he comes off like a baby. That's why it bothers me. It's like he's not coming off like a drug addict or a fuck up like a lot of them are. Like I hate Axl for always being late, but there's something about Kanye just interrupting. Like the girl who wrote that scathing where she called him a twat. She's like, stop throwing your toys.
Yeah,
that's that's a perfect
Chick from
summation of him.
Garbage.
People
Yeah.
were upset that he was there?
Yeah, the people who don't like him were
I
like,
was more upset that Miley Cyrus was there.
yeah, that was a little weirder. I thought she did a good job, but that was
she's
a
been
little
on, though,
weirder.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, like...
There were 4 people that performed.
Yeah, when there's 4 performances.
Yeah.
And one's
Paul
Miley
McCartney,
Cyrus.
Paul Simon,
Right.
Kanye West, who is arguably the biggest rapper alive, so that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
And then Miley Cyrus is...
Oh, they're trying to hit all the generations.
Yeah, but...
That's what they were doing there.
I did like that they didn't let Miley play her own song.
Yeah.
So Kanye was like, fuck you, I'm playing Jesus
Want
Walks.
to play Wrecking Ball?
Yeah, no.
No.
Did you like that she did 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover?
Yeah, that was
50
good.
Ways to Leave Your Lover. We have that? Maybe we go to break with that.
I could pull that out.
And then we, like I said, we got Larry King today. We got Nikki Glazer. We got Eddie Murphy being awkward. Maybe a couple more moments from the SNL thing. And then we'll move on to certainly some other stuff, including Cindy Crawford's unretouched photo.
Still holding up, huh, guys?
Not retouched, huh?
You haven't seen the photo yet?
I've not.
It's rough.
Who's this?
Cindy Crawford. Women have babies and they don't. Her gut is brutal.
I believe you coined the term lasagna belly.
Yeah, she's got a little. I never thought Cindy Crawford would have a lasagna belly.
Wait, why? Wait, the Untouched. Did she release it touched?
No.
There's
Well, yeah, I think it was in Marie Claire or Mary Claire.
So who released it untouched?
And I don't know how to.
We'll have the whole story next.
Wow.
Meaning I got to read.
leaked. Okay.
Read a little more on that.
48.
That was a tease because you needed to do a little prep before you got into it.
Well, didn't I hear though that she didn't really want that picture out there, and now she's trying to own it or something like that?
That's the
See,
story.
I'm on it a little bit.
You are. The story that I heard was that. Yeah, that is a leaked photo that was not intended to get out there, but now there's a movement behind it. We get Jenny Hutt on the phone because she blogged about it. There's a movement behind it.
Oh, Jenny
like,
Hutt was kissing someone's ass, and I'm like, this
she's been tweeting about this Crawford thing like all weekend.
Oh, let's get her on the phone.
Okay.
We'll talk to her next. That's beautiful. All right, we got the Miley Cyrus into break.
Yes.
We'll see. If we can't tolerate it, we'll just cut out of it. No problem. But stay tuned. Nikki Glazer will be on the show next. But first, Miley Cyrus doing 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.